Right. Great compete today. We talk about growth week. These guys have been doing a great job attacking it and find a little bit extra they can get better at each week. It's really the week for us of marginal gains, trying to find that 1% for each person that can lead to big gains for our entire team. Go ahead and open it up.
We talked a couple weeks ago about the vertical passing game. Just how are you going about trying to refine that a little bit further this week?
Practice it. Yeah, just practice it and find the opportunities. You got to take advantage of them when you get them.
Those cinematic recaps have been pretty popular. I'm sure you've appreciated it. What are you hoping those kind of show with the program and I guess accomplish?
Yeah, I think you can give a little bit of inside picture of what it's like to be a player here. An inside picture of the excitement that surrounds our team and the fans, like our support. Obviously, great support last week at an away game. That's something we continue to expect. But just an inside view, and then obviously at the end of the day, it always helps us in recruiting. Right, it gives a glimpse of what it's like to be a player here.
Dan, what are your thoughts just on how the defense has been playing through the first 5 games?
Yeah, they've made big strides. They've done a good job so far, but the challenges ahead of us are going to be even bigger. So we have to continue to improve and continue to grow in that side.
Those defensive numbers have been impressive, but I'm sure the turnovers you'd be hoping for a little bit more. Is that something where there's specific things you can do to help that, or is it kind of like sacks where they start to come in bunches?
Well, you work it every single week, but today, every single drill that we did finished with some sort of takeaway, and that's something we continue to emphasize at practice. And usually they show up in bunches, so when they come, hopefully they come with a lot.
How do you feel about the 3rd and 7+ pass defense so far?
Well, it's been disappointing, really. Not 3rd and 7+. It's been disappointing, really, 3rd and 11+. Right? We've actually been really good 3rd and 7 to 10. But once you look at 11 and longer, we've had some mistakes, and most of them have been, mistakes that we can control. Whether it be pass interference, busted assignment. But that's something we can certainly improve.
You said it's a work week, not a bye week, or you feel like your team has accepted that message in practice so far this week?
Yeah, they've really embraced it. They've really embraced it and looked for ways to attack. And this is also a big week for us to be able to dial it back and get back to a connection. Get back to spending some time with each other outside of football. Last night we got to have a team dinner together. It was really a good opportunity to get around each other. We'll do some community service this week. So there's a lot of things that we can tap into and do outside of football as well.
What would you classify as your team's identity, especially going to a tough slate of games?
Yeah, toughness, right? The toughness has to show up now. Everybody's in the season. It's getting longer, right? And you're really not even at the midway point for us. So we have to continue to look to grow, continue to challenge ourselves to make ourselves better. I think they're doing that.
Is the expectation that Noah will play again this season?
I don't think that's probably going to be the case, no.
Is Andrew Boyle out for the year?
Yeah, right now.
Kyrie, any sort of update?
I don't know about that, if that'll be the year.
Kyrie Jackson.
He's practicing today. Have a good day.
What is the benefit of having 3 running backs in that rotation give you compared to leaning more on 2 guys?
Well, the strength in numbers, right? Same thing we've said all year. The more guys that you have that can play winning football, the better that is for us.
What do you think Jaden Lamar in particular brings to this running back room?
Well, I think he's shown his intelligence to be able to come in as a freshman and really execute his assignment, at a high level. He catches the ball well out of the backfield and he runs hard in between the tackles.
Same question with Dante then?
Yeah, Dante's obviously a real physical runner, right? Big body, he's hard to bring down. He broke out a big run yesterday in practice, so excited to see his growth as well.
Bo's completion percentage is extreme, obviously leads the country. Will had talked in the preseason saying like 70% is a goal, and obviously at 80, that's well surpassing. With better defenses coming up, what is realistic? Is 80 truly realistic in the second half of the season here, or is that attainable?
Yeah, I think what he's done so far is certainly attainable, right? You want to have high expectations for your players, and Bo set the bar really high. We want to keep it there.
A year ago, you were playing the Washington fight song in practice to fire these guys up. Do you have anything new up your sleeve? You can be doing that again this year?
We're going to try to win the game, right? We're going to try to win the game. We'll see what that looks like.
Is there a stat or two that really stands out when you looked at it, and that you really like this part of the season?
I'm not really a big statistic, guys. I like that W, right, at the end of each day, right? I know the statistics that matter, like we said, is takeaways, explosive plays, right? 3rd down offense and defense and red area scoring, right? Those are the ones that really matter.
How and why has Troy become so much more effective outside the red zone for you guys? Like, he has more touchdowns outside the red zone this year in 5 games than he had last year, and he was very effective, but it's just that much more.
Yeah, when you can score from far, right, that's a weapon for you. It's about a lot of things. It's about yards after catch. It's about yards after contact. It's about finding ways to get them open, right, and making sure you take advantage of them when you do. But we've done a little bit of all of that.
What's Jurion's progress look like, and is he close to maybe being a contributor?
Yeah, he did a great job today. He had a big catch on us today. And I think he'll continue to, grow. He's gotten better and better. He's gotten himself in shape. He was coming off a knee injury there at the end of high school, and I think that he's really worked himself through that. So hoping that he can certainly help us down the stretch.
What did you make of Nico Reed's performance at Stanford for a guy who's played a lot of star this year and was on the outside for most of that game?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I think our whole defense was excited to see him go out there and perform. You don't know when your number will be called, and he went out there and executed at a high level when his number was called.
How important was it to see Dan Lanning play the way he did last week when, again, no surprise, like you're going to be facing a lot of 4 and 5 wide sets coming up here, and last year against Washington was a tough game for him. To see that kind of performance and probably an increase in confidence ahead of what's about to come up for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's important for our players to go out there and execute at a high level. He did that last week. We have that same expectation for him going forward. He did a good job.
You able to treat Camden State last week as kind of just a mulligan and write it off to a certain extent? Or I'm sure there's things to improve on and to address, yes, but like how do you go about viewing it?
Yeah, I don't know if people factor in. There's actually a little bit more wind there at Stanford, but there will be some other games that we play with more wind as well. But that being said, I'd say Cam has proven over time that he can be automatic, and he wasn't last week. So I know he'll challenge himself, and we'll certainly challenge him to continue to improve.
What is the recruiting plan for you guys this weekend with the off week to be able to? Is everybody going to hit the road here for the full weekend?
Yeah, we'll have a couple coaches go out on the road today, and then we'll have the rest of the staff out on Thursday and Friday this week.